Welcome to the Griffin family. Please leave your sanity and sense of decency at the door. Julian Russell Wilcox struts around Quahog like she's hiding a secret modeling contract from Paris. Peter Griffin treats every disaster like a snack break. Probably thinks chaos counts as cardio. Lois Griffin deserves a medal for patience. Rumor says she secretly meditates with wine. Stewie Griffin plans world domination, but rumor says he still needs help opening juice boxes. Bonnie Swanson, the only Quahog resident who could nap through a marching band parade. Glenn Quagmire, the only man whose wink could probably start a minor citywide scandal. I heard Meg Griffin is so unpopular, her own shadow tries to hang out elsewhere. Brian Griffin thinks he's the most sophisticated person in the room, but his favorite pastime is still chasing squirrels. Chris Griffin once stared at a stop sign for 2 hours, waiting for it to turn green, only getting up for ice cream. For being the literal end of all things, Death spends a suspicious amount of time complaining about his mother nagging him. In Mrs. Lockhart's literature class, every book's climax is discussed with an uncomfortable amount of personal, suggestive detail. Rumor has it Joe Swanson's legs actually work just fine. He just really enjoys the excellent parking spots. Mickey McFinnigan considers his town drunk title less a shameful problem and more a lifetime achievement award he must fiercely defend. The sheer force of Donna Tubbs' exasperated sighs could likely power a small wind turbine for the entire city of Quahog. Opie once won a debate against Peter Griffin simply by repeating his own name until Peter got confused and walked away. Dr. Cecilia is the only psychologist brave enough to analyze Stewie, a job that requires a PhD in evil genius studies. Patrick Pewterschmidt is a sophisticated man of taste with just one very strong physical opinion about overweight people. Peter Griffin's decision-making process is based on a magic 8-ball that only has one answer. This will seem hilarious. Ernie the Giant Chicken's epic blood feud with Peter started over an expired coupon, which feels oddly and deeply relatable. The most emotion Roberta Tubbs has shown since moving to Quahog was when the Wi-Fi went out for 3 whole minutes. The laws of physics, law enforcement, and basic human dignity simply do not apply to the greased-up deaf guy. Diane Simmons' career took a sharp turn from professional news anchor to murderous villain with a surprisingly good monologue. The Jesus and Family Guy is known less for his miracles and more for his encyclopedic knowledge of classic rock albums. Scientific fact: Meg Griffin is the universal constant against which all forms of social awkwardness are officially measured and calibrated. Consuela doesn't actually need a key. She simply materializes inside any home that is in desperate need of more lemon pledge. Jerome has a superpower. He can make Peter incredibly mad and jealous just by saying hello to Lois. Tom Tucker's news reports are less about informing the public and more about airing his own weirdly specific personal grievances live. A wild night out for Mort and Muriel Goldman consisted of finding a sale on nasal spray and getting home by 7 p.m. Carter Pewterschmidt's only regret in life is that he can't legally pay to have Peter Griffin launched directly into the sun. Bertram had the big, evil plans of a movie bad guy, but the short temper of a 2-year-old. Ollie Williams is the world's most efficient weatherman, assuming your only question about the weather is something happening? Trisha Takanawa has a unique talent for finding people on the worst day of their lives and asking them a really dumb question. Rupert is the world's best secret keeper, mostly because he is a teddy bear who is physically incapable of speaking. Seamus is less a human being and more a sentient collection of spare parts from a haunted pirate ship's furniture. Rollo and Cleveland Jr. prove that all the family's confidence was given to a 5-year-old, with absolutely none left for the teenager. Cleveland Brown is the calm, stable center of his friend group, which is like being the sturdiest chair in a burning building. In the Family Guy universe, God seems less concerned with smiting evil, and more concerned with his high score in skee-ball. Connie D'Amico's main food group is the Tears of Unpopular Girls, with a special preference for the misery of Meg Griffin. Angela's official title was brewery supervisor, but her actual job was professional Peter Griffin damage control and sighing expert. Vinny was the family's brief upgrade from a pretentious, wine-sipping liberal to a smooth-talking, street-smart Italian mobster. A medical diagnosis from Dr. Elmer Hartman is less a professional opinion and more a wild guess he just looked up on WebMD. For years, Diane Simmons' only source of joy was imagining all the horrible things she would say at Tom Tucker's funeral. Glenn Quagmire doesn't need a gym. He suffers from a rare medical condition called repetitive giggity strain injury. Mayor Adam West governed Quahog with the wisdom of a philosopher, the courage of a lion, and the sanity of a cheese sandwich. Jake Tucker sees the world through a mouth, which probably explains why his outlook on life is so consistently foul. Trisha Takanawa has the warmth and empathy of a traffic camera, but with a microphone and considerably more judgment. Horace's two main bartending ingredients were cheap beer and his own soul-crushing despair, which gave everything a bitter finish. Loka is the one-episode wonder who proved even Chris Griffin could find love, as long as it's in an isolated jungle. Herbert's main hobby is showing a keen, neighborly interest in the local youth, particularly the muscular paperboy Chris. The evil monkey was just a deeply misunderstood tenant in Chris's closet, who was really, really bad at nonverbal communication. Loretta Brown had a passionate affair with Quagmire, proving that even Cleveland's calm, gentle nature can be too exciting for some.
This is truly unexpected.
That's Gloria, whose passionate, screaming arguments in Spanish are usually just her ordering a very, very delicious sandwich. The Griffin family is what happens when a normal sitcom family is left in a microwave for too long on high. Meg Griffin's greatest strength is her ability to absorb endless abuse, making her the world's most durable emotional punching bag. Yikes. Watching the fallout from the Glenn and Loretta affair, I think my skeleton is trying to leave my body out of pure secondhand embarrassment. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you didn't, well, as Meg Griffin knows, life is full of disappointments.